talking still about servitude. Servitude. I was told that's been the theme for the last couple of weeks, I guess, and so we'll continue with that this evening. So I'm going to begin with just an easy question. What is servitude? Based on the previous discussions and the teachings, what is servitude? Any one of you could answer. Any one of you could answer. What is? We're getting some help. Come on in. Come on in. All right. So, what is servitude? What does that mean? What is servitude? Any thoughts?
Helping others.
Okay, helping others. Okay, helping others. Okay, that's good. But now, which one of you can say the theme of the church? You know, worship is how we live. What's the next one? Unity is how we love. Servitude is how we serve. All right, good. Good, and we're talking about servitude, and as Minister Terry said, helping others. So servitude is about helping others. So as a child of God, why is that important? Why is it important that we help others? Is it important that we help others? Okay, you say yes. Why? So we could spread the word. Okay. What's your thought? Is it important? Okay, why is that?
Because you are telling other
Telling other people
people about God.
about God. Okay, good, good. So as a child of God, you know, we have to remember that as a child of God, we are also followers of Jesus Christ, which means that we should be setting the example that He has set for us. And see, when we look in the Word of God, we find that there's nothing that Jesus asked us to do that He hasn't already done Himself. So He sets the example for us to follow. And so when we look in the Word of God, we see where He also practiced servitude or being a servant. You ever stop and think about that? Here is Jesus, who is the Son of God. But yet, he made the decision that he was going to be a servant unto the people. He was going to be a servant unto the people. So let me ask you, let's say that you're a king, right? The people call you King Tyler. You're a king. Do you think as a king you could also be a servant? Who would you serve? You the king. Who would you serve? God? Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. So it doesn't matter then what your position is. It doesn't matter what your title is. It doesn't matter, you know, how famous you are. As a child of God, we ought to be following His example. And He gave us the example to be servants unto the people. Now, why is it we know that we ought to follow the example of Jesus Christ in being a servant, but why is being a servant so important? Why you think about a servant serving other people? Why is that important to serve other people? Praise the Lord, sir. Why is it you think about serving other people? Why is that important to serve other people?
Because Jesus served.
Okay, Jesus served. And again, we are following his example. We are following his example. But when you think about being a servant, when you think about being a servant, what is it about being a servant that, let's see how I ask this. What is it about being a servant that makes that position of being a servant so important? Does that question make sense? When you think of a servant is one who serves other people. Why is that particular task or that particular action, why is it so important, being a servant? The task of serving others. We know we're following the example of Jesus, but what is it about being a servant that makes it so different? Does that question make sense? Yes, sir.
You're being a help and an aid to people who are in need.
Okay.
Like an example would be like serving at like a food pantry,
Okay.
serving the homeless, serving those who need help moving into their home.
Okay.
You're like a help and a need to people that you're serving.
Okay, that's good. You're helping people that are in need, but you're also doing something else. You're also doing something else. You're worshiping God. Yes, that's good. That's good. What else are you doing? Something else you're doing. You think about yourself as you're serving. What are you doing as far as yourself when you're serving? What's that? You're helping yourself as well, but what you're also doing is you're putting the people that you are serving, you're putting them before yourself. You're putting them before yourself. Because, when we look, we get on social media sites today, whether it's Instagram, TikTok, whatever it is. What are most of those people doing? They're pointing the fingers to whom? Okay. And who are they highlighting? Who are they presenting to the masses? Themselves. They're saying, look at me. Here's what I could do. Here's how I could move. I could do this, I could do that. They're pointing the fingers all at themselves. But see, when you become a servant, when you're serving, it's no longer now about yourself, but it's how can I help you? How can I help you? How can I help you? So now you're putting others before yourself. And that's what Jesus did. That's what Jesus did when he was on earth. And we see many examples of Jesus being a servant. When he was teaching the people and they were hungry, and Jesus decided, he said, these people are hungry, we need to feed them. He was thinking about the people. He had the people in mind. And so when you truly become a servant, then you're no longer lifting yourself up. You're no longer saying, look at me, look what I can do, but rather you're putting someone else before you. And by doing that, then it allows that person to see God in you. It allows that person to see Jesus in you. Because you think about it for a minute. There are people out here, they're not trying to put others before themselves. They'll jump in front of you in the line, you're waiting to go. You see them, they're driving down the road, they'll just jump in front, just jump right in front of you. They're not trying to serve others. They're not trying to be kind to others. And that's what makes us different. Because as a child of God, it's no longer, what's in it for me? It's no longer, how can I get the best of this? But rather it becomes, how can I allow Jesus to be seen in me? How can I allow Jesus to be seen in me? Because when you allow Jesus to be seen in you, he will take care of you. He doesn't let you get the short end of the stick when you put him first. When you put him first, then he takes care of you. So I'm sorry, what's Giselle, right? Okay. So you're at school one day. What's one way that you can be a servant at school, Giselle? Okay. All right. Okay. How about you, young lady? What's one way that you could be a servant at school? Help them with their tests. You mean help them cheat? No, I'm just joking. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Tyler, how can you be a servant at school? Okay. All right. Now let me ask you this. What if the person doesn't like you and you know they don't like you? Does that make a difference? Just walk away. Okay, that's okay. We're being honest. That's okay. We're being honest. Okay. You'll still help them even though you know they don't like you. Okay. Okay. All right. How about you, Tyler? What would you do? Somebody needs help and you know that they don't like you. Can you be a servant to that person? No? Okay. Okay. Well, let me ask you this, Giselle. Why not? Why can't you be a servant to somebody you know doesn't like you?
If they have a problem with me, like, I wouldn't be able to, like, help them.
But
I mean, like, in my personal way. But, I want to help the person who doesn't like me.
okay.
You just don't like me.
Okay. Okay. All right. How about you, Tyler? How can you help somebody that doesn't like you, that you know doesn't like you? Can you be a servant to that person? No? Okay. But you said you'd help them anyway, right? Okay. Okay. Then let me ask this question. The people that Jesus was feeding, and the people that Jesus served, that he helped when he was here on earth, do you think all of those people liked Jesus? You say no? Okay, what you think? You think everybody that Jesus helped liked him? Do you think he knew that? Do you think he knew that? But he was a servant anyway, right? He was a servant to everybody. What's that? Yeah, he was still a servant. How can you be a servant right here in the house, in the church? What's that? No. How can you be a servant here in the house, Giselle? Not using swear words. Okay, that's definitely a good thing. Of course, you don't want to use swear words even if you're not in the house. You don't want to use swear words. Okay.
I was going to say by praying for them.
By praying for them. Okay. All right. Tyler, how can you help somebody that's in the house? How can you be a servant in the house? That's, that's a whole sentence you said right there. How can, how can you be a servant in the house? In this house. In this house.
I know usher.
Okay. That's being a servant. That's being a servant.
Is one.
Okay.
Another one.
Okay.
Dancing is the
Okay.
one.
All right.
Um,
So there's all kinds of ways that you could serve, that you could be a servant right here in the house. What about when we have a dinner or something here in church, you can help pick up trash. You could help clean the tables off. That's being a servant, right? Yeah. You don't want to use swear words in the house or out the house. You don't. But wait a minute. Wait a minute. How old are you? 12. At 12, you shouldn't be no swear words at 12. but yeah, you don't want to use swear words whether you're in the house or out the house. But yeah, so when we when we think of serving, there are many opportunities that you can serve in the house. Because again, remember, we are followers of Jesus Christ. And we know followers of Jesus Christ, first of all, don't use swear words. But then we also want people to see Jesus through us, through the things that we do. That's serving. That's servitude. It's not your fault. It's not your fault when you get mad and use swear words. Well, who's the one using the swear words? It's not your fault, but it's your mouth, right, that it's coming out of. So whose fault is it if the words are coming out your mouth? So when we look at Jesus, something else that Jesus did when he had the Last Supper with his disciples, he washed their feet. After dinner, he washed their feet. And Jesus was Jesus. He was the master. He was the teacher. But yet and still, he was willing to wash his disciples' feet. Yes?
Do you do one by one?
No, one by one. One foot at a time.
go on from one person to
One foot at a time. And how many disciples were there? How many? 7. Okay. Any other thought? You said 12? Okay. Was it 12 or 7? 12. 12. So 12 disciples. So how many feet did Jesus wash?
12. No.
Come on, you scholars, you all are in school, right? Come on. 12 feet. Each disciple only had 1 foot. 24 feet. See, Jesus. Each disciple has 2 feet, right? How many feet you have? 2. How many you have? What? We knew he had problems anyway. But Jesus did this to set an example for them. He was the master. He was the teacher. But yet, he was not so high and lifted up that he couldn't wash the feet of his disciples, and he to set an example for them. Now that doesn't mean that you go out here washing people's feet, around clothes. No, what Jesus was doing was he said, if I as the master can be a servant, then you could also be a servant. You could also be a servant. And by you being a servant, you're allowing Jesus to be seen in your life. No, okay. No, it's okay. This is interactive. I'll take questions. Let me put on my glasses so I could see your question clearly. All right, we ready now.
How can I get this girl to know Jesus because she's a devil worshiper?
You pray for her. And that's serving too.
I've been doing that.
Okay,
As long as I knew.
that's okay. You continue doing it. That's serving too. The fact that you take time to pray for somebody, that's you're serving too, because you're helping that person. You're helping. That's okay. Jesus can save a devil worshiper. Yeah, he can. Jesus can save a devil worshiper. What was your second question?
And it's not technically a question, but we were in school and I don't know where we were at, but there's this dude who's like, Jesus, I know.
That's okay. Go ahead. Is it a short story? Okay, go ahead.
And there's this dude who's like, Jesus is not real. And everybody turned around and smacked him. How not me though? How would I do that?
You continue being a servant. You continue being a servant and allowing Jesus to be seen in you. When you speak, the things that you do, you allow Jesus to be seen in you. Now, is it always easy to be a servant? And you say no. Why? When is it hard to be a servant?
If you were around like the wrong
Okay.
it's going to definitely be hard to
Okay.
be like
To be okay.
be your own person.
Okay. All right. What you think? You agree with that? Okay. How about you, Tyler? Is it sometimes hard? When is it hard to be a servant? What you agree with what she said? Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Sometimes it is hard. Sometimes it is hard. What do you do at times when it's hard? What's something that you could do when it's hard? Yes.
Just walk away calmly so you
Okay.
can do the wrong type of thing.
Okay. All right. No, we don't want to use swear words.
Not that type, but like
What else can we do when we find it's hard to be a servant? Yes.
go into a bathroom stall or your closet
And pray. Absolutely.
I do that at home.
Absolutely. Prayer is always an option. Prayer is always available. When you find it hard to allow God to use you because of the person, they don't like you or you don't like them or whatever the case may be, you pray. Prayer is always available for you to use. And prayer, when you pray, God will give you, He will give you the strength, He will give you the right mindset, and He will help you. He will help you with the situation. He will help you with the situation. Now, as I said earlier, you know, we live in a world today where everybody wants to be first. People want to be first. They say, "Look at me, I'm this, I'm that. I want, look at me." But as a child of God, we can't do that. To be a true servant of Jesus Christ, we can't do that. We have to be willing to put others first. We have to be willing to put others first. And when we put others first, not only does God get glorified, and not only is God seen in our lives because we're willing to put others before us, but we then are a reflection of Jesus Christ. And the people around that don't know about Jesus, you know, they will see you and they may come and ask you a question. They'll say, hey, how come you being nice to this girl and, you know, she doesn't like you? You know, how come you being nice to this guy and you know he doesn't like you? Then you're able to tell them it's because of Jesus. You're able to tell them it's because of Jesus. And now that person now has an opportunity to learn about Jesus. Not because you preached to them, not because you gave them some long speech, but simply because you were kind. You were a servant. You allowed God to use you to be a servant. So servitude, talking about serving. So I have a homework assignment for y'all. Yes? I have a homework assignment. No? I have a homework assignment for y'all. And on Sunday, I'm going to come and get the homework assignment from you because, no papers. I'm going to, nothing to write down, but I'm going to, wait, I'll tell you what the assignment is. And then on Sunday, I am going to come to you and ask you, did you do your homework? Because I'm going to need to know about the homework that you did. So, your homework assignment that has to be done by Sunday. What's today? Wednesday? Tuesday. Today's Tuesday. Okay. Between Wednesday and Friday of this week, so between tomorrow and Friday, I want you to do at least one act of servitude at your school. Between Wednesday and Friday, I want you to do at least one act of servitude. And then on Sunday, I am going to come to you and I'm going to ask you, what did you do for your homework assignment? And then I want you to tell me about the act of servitude that you did at school.
I don't think I can do it all 3 days, but I'll try.
Okay. Oh, that's good.
I can do it now.
That's extra credit.
Yeah,
I can do it 3
yeah,
days.
that's good.
Let me not do it the wrong way.
No, has to be done the right way. All right, so, okay, are you clear on what the homework assignment is?
I guess.
Yes? No questions? Okay. Are you clear on what the homework assignment is? Any questions for me? No? Giselle, are you clear on what the homework assignment is? Okay, because I'm coming for you Sunday. I'm coming for that assignment on Sunday. I'm coming for that assignment on Sunday. Okay? You listen, you don't worry about that. You just make sure you do the homework. That's the first part of the assignment.
Is there another part?
There is another part.
Another part after that?
There it is. And then on Sunday, what? Be lit. Oh, is that? Oh, I thought you said something else. Oh no, that's okay. I'll be here all day Sunday. I'll be here all day Sunday. I will find you. I will put my glasses on, and I will come looking for you.
What if I leave before you even find me?
No. I'm on the door. Remember, I'll see you when you come in driving down the road before you even get here. I got you. See. Hey, I have 4 eyes. I will see you.
It's okay.
All right. The second part of the assignment. The second part. Huh? The second part of the assignment. Yeah, there's 2 parts. 2 parts. The second part is to perform an act of servitude in the house.
I don't think I'm.
In the house.
I already do that.
What you do? Come on, you stumbling here. What you do?
I give Mother Brady a hug.
You give her. Okay.
Yeah.
I dance, but I
Okay.
don't dance every single Sunday. I dance on special occasions.
Are you dancing this Sunday,
No.
or Sunday coming up?
I think we are.
No.
Yeah, I think we are.
For the Christmas
Okay.
program?
I think we're dancing
Wait,
this
but
Sunday.
but I can't work at
I
the
don't
summer.
know.
Okay. That's serving.
I do that every Sunday.
That's serving. Okay.
I think. I'm not
Okay.
sure. If you
Well,
don't see me up there,
Here's
then
here's what I want you to do. Just look around and see
I'm looking.
how you can help with something or somebody on Sunday in the
Be a door
house.
guy.
No, the door is already covered.
No, I got you. You take a little break.
The door will, oh, we could go on break so you could, oh, I see. Okay. All right. So are you clear with the second part of the assignment? Yes?
Yeah.
You clear? Yes. You clear on the second part of the? You have a question? Okay. What's your question?
I don't have a question.
Okay. You clear on the second part of the assignment? Okay. All right. Now you see. Now you see. You're not just saying this to me, right? Who else is hearing you say this?
God.
That's right. And who else?
Jesus. Wait, there's
And,
some person.
and who else? The young people's president right there. See? So there's a lot of witnesses here hearing. So
And Brother
that's right. So I'll be coming for your homework on Sunday. Okay?
Do I have to sign a contract?
You did.
Walked in.
Yeah. When you agreed to do it, that you signed the contract. And again, we're not the only ones that heard you sign it.
God did.
You heard you sign it too.
You know what I bet? I bet just the fact that you said you would do it, that God will definitely present some things to you, some opportunities to you for you to actually serve people.
That's right.
You may see somebody trip and fall and their books fall.
Yeah.
I'm about to laugh for a
You
second.
may see somebody that need an extra 10 cents so they can get their lunch at school.
I don't
I
bring
eat
lunch in
free
school.
though.
Just
I don't pay for lunch.
that's okay. You just
I'll give you $1.
right. You just never know how God will work it out. You just
Pay for lunch.
you just never know how God will work it out to give you the opportunity to allow Him to be seen in your life. Because again, remember, this isn't about you. It's not about you. This is about God being seen in your life. All right? Okay, you all signed the contract.
Scaring me.
You all signed the contract. I'm coming for your homework on Sunday.
Would this
Okay.
be enough?
Yeah, that's plenty.
If we tell you the right answer,
No, you can
we ain't getting
use that for your,
we ain't getting that
Oh, those are
type
easy
of
to
love.
huh?
We ain't getting no blood if we tell you we did or we were.
Wait, I can get.
If you tell me you did your homework, no, if you did your homework, hey, listen, what the most important reward comes from where? That's right. God sees, and not only will God be pleased when you allow Him to be seen in your life, in your actions, and the things you say, and all of that, but then He blesses you. He blesses you.
If I see someone trip over laugh for a minute,
Why would you laugh? Wait.
It's funny. It's even funny when they fall down the stairs.
What?
Huh?
I'm gonna just say it.
All right.
But not even like, are you
Y'all have any questions for me?
Nope.
All right.
Please stop.
like this.
He's scaring me a little bit.
Wait, I saw
I'm
somebody
cool.
fall down the stairs before. I didn't help them.
Well, because what if they hurt themselves? I mean, they could really get hurt.
They're okay.
They could really
But
get
what if
hurt.
somebody says the wrong thing and you turn and like, what did you? How did I hear you? And then you go and fight the person.
That wouldn't be. That's not being a servant.
You don't do that.
I haven't.
That's not being a servant. Well, you don't want to keep it. Remember, the homework is to be a servant.
But what if it's hard to be one?
Then what did you say? What did we say you do when it's hard?
Go with a
Bible verse.
There you go. Pray.
Go into a
You
bathroom
pray.
or go into an open closet.
That's right. And pray. Because wherever you are, God is always with you. So you need help, you pray.
I got one question.
You just pray. Okay.
Do we have so starting from Wednesday to Sunday?
Yep.
That's tomorrow.
Well,
Apparently
starting from
I can do it today.
No, starting from tomorrow. Tomorrow's Wednesday.
Tomorrow.
No free days.
starting from
You got 3
tomorrow.
days.
No free days. This starts tomorrow
Starting from tomorrow
to
to Sunday.
Sunday. Yep.
No, it's
Do I
tomorrow
have to do
from
I gotta do the homework over the Wednesday?
weekend.
All right.
The weekend.
Why is Christmas on
Yeah, the week. Yeah. You could be a servant on the weekend too, right? Okay.
Where? Home?
Any at home.
I can't
I
do it.
can't be one at home.
Can you be a servant at home?
No,
Why?
it depends. Because
Why?
I have little people.
I have little people.
I have.
You can't serve little people. Little people can be
I
served
mean,
too.
I have not little people as in like babies. Like
Lit-
toddler,
Little people can be served too.
toddler,
If they get on your nerves, we have to use swear
the
words.
2 other
No.
ones.
Yeah, little people
I
can
thought
be
we
served.
were thinking-
Anybody can be served.
Unless if they don't.
Anybody can be served.
Never.
You're never too small or too old to be served. Anybody can be served.
I'm like 60 dog years.
All right.
No.
Okay, that's the class for tonight. Servitude. Sunday, I'm coming for your homework.
I'm like
Okay.